Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the onboarding session for SDF Academy. I am the founder and I'm excited to have you here. My name is JC Aruzin, and this is only the second time we've done this in this format, so I'm extremely excited. And so you understand the lay of the presentation. We're going to record this for somebody that's maybe watching this recording later on, can understand how to navigate our platform. I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story about myself, STF Academy, so you know who I am, where we're coming from, what our mission is. And then we're going to pause the recording and we're going to take live questions from the audience that's tuning in. That's going to be hopping in from the Discord throughout the presentation. So, but if you have any questions, you can always raise your hand and post them in the chat box, and I'll make sure to get them answered. So, welcome. I am beyond blessed, beyond excited to welcome you to the STF community, to welcome you to STF Academy. As I mentioned, my name is JC Aruzin. I am the founder of STF Academy. And let me tell you a little bit. I tend to do that sometimes about my story in the space and how STF Academy was born, so you understand where I'm coming from as the founder of the ecosystem, but definitely not the only part of it now, as we have hundreds and hundreds of members, hundreds of graduates, and over half a dozen instructors beyond myself. So this whole story goes back to 2016 when I got into the crypto space for the first time. And really in 2017 was sort of my coming out party into the crypto space. I had purchased altcoins and BTC and ETH in the summer of 2017 after being exposed to it in 2016. I didn't take much action my first year. I was sort of like in bird watch mode, just kind of watching the space and seeing what was happening. And year two was really the breakout year for me. That's when I started to sort of navigate the waters that were cryptocurrencies. And the first crypto summer, which ironically enough happened winter of 2017, we saw tokens that were literally exploding. You're doing 50x times in value, 100x times in value. And that was my first taste of the success that this industry could bring. And because of that, I was just hooked. But little little after I got into space and I experienced a lot of success, crypto winter came, and ironically enough, it happened in spring. And crypto winter came in the form of tokens retracing, drawdowns taking place in the industry that were 60, 70, 80% from the all-time highs. And what was a euphoric state for me after making a bunch of money in a very short amount of time really became a state of disbelief, as I couldn't understand what was happening and why it was happening. And that was my first exposure to the volatility of crypto. I just didn't understand how something that went up so much in value could drop so much in value so fast. Because I was used to the stock market, traditional asset classes, right, that don't suffer from as much volatility when it comes to the downside, or at least not as fast. And in 2018, while the crypto winter was going on, a business partner of mine actually was entering this space as well. But prior to that story, I was one day working out at the gym, and my wife and I used to work out all the time together before we had our baby. And we walking out of the gym. She says to me, "Hey, I was just watching this YouTube video on the treadmill, and this guy is talking about this concept called master nodes. I think you should look into it because it's all about passive income in crypto." And I was so big into passive income because I believe that in life, if you cannot earn money while you sleep, you're gonna work until the day you die, especially the way that our current financial system is operating. And I was such a big, proponent for it. I was like, okay, I got to chase this down, got to go down this rabbit hole. So I went down the passive income rabbit hole. And by March of 2018, April 2018, a business partner of mine approached me. He was like, "Hey, what are you doing in the crypto space?" He was doing some stuff in the crypto. I'm like, "Oh, look, I'm doing these things called master nodes," and I just fired one up. At the time, you had to like have a Linux VPS, which is a virtual private server. So I was like firing up this virtual private servers and turning on my nodes and just showing them how the process worked. And I was showing them the APY, the annual percentage yield that they were generating, and it was hundreds and hundreds of percentages for the year. I mean, some of these things were doing 600-700% APY, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, this is unbelievable." And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, it's insane. Look, I mean, I got X amount of money, and it's generating X amount of passive income every month." And it was such an astounding amount of money for such a little investment. I mean, I did have 5 figures, but it was generating 6 figures passively. And he was like, "Dude, if I give you $1 million, can we turn this into a hedge fund? And can we have the a master node hedge fund?" And I said, "Yeah, absolutely." So we filed for a Reg D 506B, and we started to, build our first hedge fund in this space in 2018. And we raised quite a bit of money, almost $1 million from friends and families, and we began to build the first ever centralized passive income generating fund in the space. It was called NodeMats. I mean, it's still called Node. It still exists. We just don't have any new investor money anymore. So NodeMats.net was born, and when we built NodeMats, that was my first sort of deep dive into the space, learning what was possible in the crypto space. And I was handling friends and family's money. So I was extremely nervous. It was my first really real experience at handling money from people that I personally knew, because as a banker, I never knew personally the people whose money I was handling. But these are my friends, families, these were best friends, and long story longer, what ended up happening was we experienced a lot of success in the space, and we accumulated a lot of assets that you may have heard from. I was buying crypto.com CRO before it was crypto.com. I was buying BNB when it was at $1. We were buying Ethereum. We were buying we were buying Cody when it was 0.001 cents. I mean, that was 75 cents 2 years ago. So we were accumulating. I mean, I was accumulating TRX Tron at like 0.007 cents or something like that. I mean, it was like something like the values were so low. So we were just accumulating. And what ended up happening was that we experienced our second boom. And that was enough for me to just understand that there is a way to build wealth in this space. And in 2019, I was approached by one of the projects not I was approached. Ryan, my business partner, approached one of the projects that we had invested in, and then they approached me to see if it was possible for us to collaborate together and build an exchange. And that was when we partnered with the Alco team to build a centralized exchange called Bitfinion. And we began to raise money from families and friends. We raised $1.2 million to build Bitfinion. And we launched the exchange in July 11th, 2020. We launched the exchange. And we quickly learned that, I mean, it was just the space was extremely competitive. Let's just put it that way. We learned that we needed to raise more money. We needed to do things a lot different in order to survive the current conditions. So we pivoted. And we decided to do a project called Eons Finance, which was more focused, instead of trading, more focused on onboarding people into the space and really catering to the retail side, it was very similar to what crypto.com was doing. And that project is still ongoing. I'm more of an advisor now. I'm not as active in that project. But the reason why I tell you this story, so you understand that I've been in this space for a while. I mean, I've been in this space for a while, and I've had a lot of wins, and I've had a lot of opportunities to learn. And it was November 2020. A friend of mine approached me and said, "Hey, JC, Yeah, I'm stuck building these nodes. Can you walk me through it? And I walked him through building some nodes, and he was like, man, why don't you just teach this stuff to people? Just teach people how to, build nodes. And then I began to tell him, like, well, if I teach them how to build nodes, I have to first teach them how to get money into crypto, because if you don't know how to get money into crypto, you're not going to know how to build nodes. So then I thought to myself, well, if I teach them how to get money into crypto, I first need to explain to them the fundamentals of crypto. So what started as, let me just teach my friends how to build nodes, it began into this 3-course PowerPoint of 14 lessons worth of, like, hey, this is what crypto is. This is how you get started. This is what passive income is. This is how you earn it. This is what trading is. And this is how you trade, perpetual contract spot trading in crypto. And I did a webinar through my Facebook. I just posted a link on my Facebook. And I said, anybody who's interested in learning cryptocurrencies, come join this webinar. And I think about 30 people or so registered, and 12 got started with me that night. 12 got started with me. One of those folks was a good friend of mine. His name is Hugh, and you'll meet Hugh later on if you're in the community, because he's one of our instructors and literally the first people that got started with us. And yeah, so those first 12 folks took the course and gave me some great feedback. They absolutely loved it. They all referred a friend. And in February, the course was sold out. And then the bull run really took off. And what happened was there was so much FOMO in the industry. It's crazy to see what can happen in such a short amount of time. I was literally teaching 12 people live on Zoom, and I had to like turn away folks that were like, look, I don't have, my Zooms are full. I can't help you. They're like, well, I don't know what to do. And like Bitcoin keeps going up and I'm going to miss out. And I'm like, I'm sorry, the Zooms are full. I can't help you. So I started to do one-on-one lessons, and I was charging like 10 grand for just one-on-one meetings. Like, hey, like, okay, cool. I mean, I'll mentor you one-on-one in the mornings for a week, but it's $10,000, because literally I was making much more money trading at the time because the market was so insane. I was like, look, it's going to be 10 grand for a week. And people were like, here's 10 grand, here's 10 grand. I was like, oh my gosh, this is unreal. The amount of FOMO that was in the space, the fear of missing out, it was just insane. So I said, okay, there's obviously a need, there's a necessity for people to learn this stuff and to do it in a controlled environment, in a staged environment where people don't necessarily suffer from so much FOMO, and understand that there's always opportunities in the market. There were opportunities in 2017, in 2018, in 2019. Every year there's opportunities in the market. But that event there in 2021 really showed me that it was possible to educate folks and have them experience success in the industry. So by the end of the year, what ended up happening was everybody was like, hey, look, man, your classes are sold out. I would like to retake the content, or I would like to, see some of the recordings. So a friend of mine was like, look, just put all this stuff on video, create some studio content, and let's put it out to the world. So anybody can watch it at any given point in time, and they don't have to watch it at night. And that was how the first version of STF was born. STF V1, like I call them phase 1, because the company is being built in 4 phases, and we are in the final stage of phase 1, entering phase 2. And it's just very interesting how phase 1 is so much different than phase 2, because I'm going to take you through what it is like to experience phase 1 of STF, and I'm going to sort of give you a vision of what is a phase 2 and what phase 2 of STF looks like. But when you're getting started with STF, you're either going to come one of 2 ways, right? So tonight you're here one of 2 ways. You either got here through the Discord channel, so you were invited to join the Discord channel, or you got here through the website. And however you got to the website, I don't know. It could have been through a referral of a friend. It could have been through an ad on social media, a video on YouTube. I don't know how you got to the website, but there's only 2 ways to enter our community. So if you enter through the Discord, if you never navigated Discord, but you enter through the Discord, then you're obviously in the STF Discord. And the STF Discord is going to get revamped here. So by the time you're watching this recording, I don't know which version of the Discord you're gonna be watching, but let's assume that it's the current one. If not, the new one is gonna have a couple of new features that that just aren't available in this version here. But let me walk you through the current version of the Discord, and hopefully this will load up now. If not, well, it's okay. I already have one up. So let's take a look at this one. So when we go into the Discord channel, you're going to see, if you never navigated Discord and you're here for the first time, you're going to have just usually one Discord that you're a member of, one community that you're a member of. But you know, understand that you can be a member of many communities inside of Discord. But if you're a member STF, you're going to have different categories. You have a bulletin, you have chat and signals, and you have voice channels, right? And up here you have this channel that I don't know if you may be able to see it or not. I believe it's locked off to standard members. But if in the bulletin, you're going to find announcements. You're going to find my portfolio tracker from 2021 when I was doing my run, where I turned $378 into $440,000 in 90 days. So I kept a track of that log in here. And you're gonna see also a tracker that shows you if you started with $1,000 and you compounded your wins. You can download this into your Excel. You can actually see what's possible if you start with just $1,000 and compound your wins. And here you're going to find some course info. This is a really great live stream if you want to learn more about STF and our deal of a lifetime and our lifetime membership, which at the time of recording this is about 40 memberships left for a lifetime. Only 100 were ever introduced. They come with an NFT and a bunch of cool other stuff that are really more geared to phase 2 of STF, not phase 1. But you can learn more about that here, and then you can watch the latest platform walkthrough, which I did, I believe was last week. You can well, in this case, you'll watch this one. As I'm saying it out loud, you'll be watching this one. So you'll also see testimonials, and you won't be able to see this. If there's a little lock here, I can see that, you can't. This is our premium content that's available only to our subscribed members or our graduates or people that are purchased our courses. So in here you have shows from our instructors. Our instructors do live. This one is called the early look. These are live Zooms that take place either daily or every week, and our instructors do a fantastic job. I mean, I am so thankful for them and their contributions. So these group of men and women are providing just content for our community, for you to better your education in this space, and for you to just become a much more for you to increase your aptitude as a market participant in the industry. Now, down here, you're going to see a whole bunch of channels. If there's a lock in here, you probably won't be able to log in if you're not a subscribed member of our community or a graduate of our community. You won't be able to see these channels. But you can see the trading screenshots. You can navigate through all these channels. If you ever can't see them, they're probably just collapsed. You need to expand them. To message someone, you can just click on their name here. The first thing you're going to message when you log into a website and you land on our Discord is Milo. You can actually send Milo a message, which I'll show you here shortly. But you want to keep in mind that you're going to have to interact with Milo when you first come into the Discord to link your account back to the website. So what does the website look like? Well, let's take you through the website. When you go to stf.academy, let me bring this up here. When you go to stf.academy, you're going to be greeted by a landing page. Now, this landing page is about to go through a facelift over the next couple of weeks, in the next couple of months. Content is going to change here as well. But you can see our current stats as a community, how many community members we have, how many instructors we have, how many graduates of our program we have, and you can see bios on our instructors here as well. And there's much more content and video that's going to be uploaded here. The great thing about STF is that when you register, okay, you can register on your own, right? And if you just go ahead and register yourself into our community, let me just put in my email. All right, let me just do this. All right, so when you register for our community, what's going to happen is when you create an account, oh, there's a little dot there. And let's do this one more time. When you create an account for the first time, gmail.com, this affiliate confirmation link is going to come up. Okay. And what it's going to ask you is, how did you arrive here? All right. And because we value our affiliate program, and I'm going to tell you more about that. But if you arrived here via a personal invitation, make sure that the name of the person that we arrived here. So you will have a link from the person that sent you here. And so you will have a link. If you don't have a link, then make sure that you reach back to that person and you get that link. If you arrive here on your own through an ad, you can just say I did not arrive via a personal invitation, and then you can hit agree, and then you can confirm and create your account. Now, once you confirm and create your account, you're going to be able to log in. When you log in, you're going to be greeted by a dashboard. Okay, you're going to be greeted by a dashboard that first, actually, let me log in into an account that doesn't have any other stuff done, so you can see what that looks like. Let's do this one. So when you first log in into a course that, into a dashboard that doesn't have a Discord link, what it's going to do is going to ask you to link the Discord. So when you link the Discord, okay, you just simply copy here, go back to the Discord channel and send that message to Milo. Just paste that message there and hit enter. Okay, when you do that, it's going to link your account to the Discord channel. Okay? And when you link your account to the Discord channel, what happens is there's going to be features that we're going to enable through our website, through our Web3 protocol, that are going to communicate with the Discord channel. It's going to give you access to certain things in Discord. So if you have not linked your Discord channel, when we activate these features on our platform here, it will not communicate over to Discord. It will not translate over to Discord. So people may be seeing things that you're not seeing because you don't have your Discord account linked. Okay. Now, when you do that, this message will go away. So you'll verify your email, this message will go away, and then you'll have what is called a virtual classroom. In the virtual classroom, currently, there's one module that you can participate in, and it's got lessons built into it, right? It's got 5 lessons built into it. One more is coming here shortly, so we'll have 6 lessons built into it by the time you see this, most likely. And these lessons are free. They're free for you to enjoy. They're free for you to go through them. How our learning classroom works is you have a lesson and then you have an exercise down here. If you hit launch, when you hit launch, right, a pop-up will pop up with live exercise. If you click outside of it, it will close it. So make sure when you launch it, you always expand it to full screen, so that way you can click around and the video will just start instead of exiting out of the pop-up every time you click around somewhere on the screen. Okay. So once you're watching the content and you finish it and you feel comfortable moving forward, just hit mark complete and play next. It'll say, congratulations on finishing the lesson. Are you sure you want to move forward? Once you click yes, you cannot replay this lesson until you restart the course. So that simply means once you move forward, you can't go backwards. Okay, you can't go backwards. You can only go forward until you finish the entire course. Once you finish the entire course, then you can restart it and do it all over again. The reason why we did that is to prevent gaming from our premium content, because on our premium content, if you can go backwards and forwards unlimited amount of times, then it doesn't stop anybody from sharing their logins and allowing other people to watch the content. But when you purchase the premium content, here's how the platform works. You get to watch these lessons an unlimited amount of times, but you can only restart the course 3 times. So you'll go through the first time, you can watch every lesson as many times as you want, but once you finish it and restart it, that's your first restart. You can go through it again, watch it as many times as you want, all the lessons, but once you complete the course, if you have to restart, that's your second restart. After the third restart, when you complete it for the 4th time, right, because you'll be completing the course for the 4th time, then it's going to ask you to contact us, and in order for us to unlock the courses again. And if that happens in a very short amount of time, we're going to ask you why that happened, because it takes about 25 hours to work through the entire content as far as our courses go. And if you use up all your restarts in your first week, then we know that something is off, because there's no possible way you would have watched all 25 hours in 1 week. So just be careful with gaming, because we do police it harshly. And if you do get caught gaming, then the outcome is you get banned from the community and you can't come back ever. So definitely try not to be that person. Now, once you go through our content, when you graduate, you're going to get access to all of our premium channels. So you're going to get access to all of our premium channels, and that will be the STF graduates, the passive income. So this is going to be available until December 31st, 2022, or until the subscription platform is launched, which could be, the goal is to have it up in January 1st, but it could be longer than that. It could be in mid-January or late January or February. It will most likely be in Q1 of 2023. When the subscription model launches, okay, you do not have to purchase our courses to have access to our premium content. Okay. However, you do need to be subscribed. So if you do not purchase our courses, but you want to have access to our channels, our Zooms, and all these things, you can just pay the $97 a month membership. That's what it's going to debut as. And then you can pay that subscription fee, and you can actually enjoy all of our live content. Now, the courses you will always have to purchase. The courses will not come with a subscription. So you will always have to purchase the courses. Now, when you purchase the course and you go through the content, understand this, you'll be able to watch all the premium stuff, if you're watching this right now, until the subscription model launches. Once the subscription model launches, then completing our course would just give you the knowledge and the content for you to feel confident moving forward, but it will not grant you access to all of our premium stuff. You will still have to subscribe and become a subscribed member after completing our course. That's going to be down the line. For now, it is all included, and it's been like that for the last 2 years. So if you weren't here for the last 2 years, you have missed out on so much value that we have given away for free. Now, that's going to change. However, there is an opportunity for folks to become lifetime members. And if you become a lifetime member, you can become what we call a Wolf of Wall Street. Wolf of Wall Street, or these wolves, have access to our platform for life, meaning they never pay a monthly subscription fee. They never pay for anything in our platform. It's always free. And that's something that we did to thank our early adopters. So if you're an early adopters, we thank you for that. You'll never have to pay a monthly subscription fee. You'll never have to pay for any upgrades or anything that happens in our ecosystem. And you're going to receive our NFT, be invited to exclusive events within the community, as well as receive more tokens during the airdrop. I highly recommend you watch the webinar on the course info channel inside of Discord that explains how the lifetime membership works, because you can always, once you do that, if you decide to become a lifetime member, it's $24.97, and you can become a lifetime member of STF and never worry about paying any monthly fees. Now, there are 46 spots available. Once those are sold out, the lifetime membership will end and it will never, ever, ever come back again. So that once that's done, it is done. And however many members join in the next 10, 15 years, it could be tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of folks as we head into phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4. The 100 NFTs will always be the only NFTs ever created that give you this access, because these NFTs are going to unlock a special value on our Web3 protocol. And this, you can see right here, our platform is already in Web3. If I disconnect my MetaMask, you'll see, if I go ahead and disconnect my MetaMask right now, let me disconnect from, let me get to this wallet and watch. So if I disconnect my MetaMask, you'll see that our platform is in Web3. It is a hybrid right now of Web 2 and Web 3, obviously, but in the very near future, the Web 2 aspect of this will be diminished to almost non-existent. And the idea one day is to be completely Web 3. So the only way that you sign up and get started with STF is through a Web 3 wallet by connecting your MetaMask to it. And that is going to lead into the next phase of our company, which is phase 2. In phase 2 of STF, we are going to build what will be known as a decentralized autonomous organization. It is being built right now as we speak. There were some screenshots that I posted last night on the Discord. So our decentralized autonomous organization is going to give you access to many, many different things that aren't available right now. Now, if you are brand new and you don't know what that means, a decentralized autonomous organization is an organization that's self-governed by its participants. So how STF is going to operate in the very near future is that its participants will dictate how content is created and how it is delivered. So the idea is for someone to come in, go through our content, go through our courses, become proficient enough to have a lot of success in the industry, and then begin to create their own content inside of our ecosystem. All of our content will be monetized, and folks will have the ability to come in and either pay a la carte for content using our token. So let's say there's just one video that they want to watch from one of our members. Let's say Jason just put out a video that just unlocks how to make 150% APY, you know, and with this token, and everybody wants to know about it. But maybe people don't want to necessarily subscribe to the entire platform. They can just purchase our tokens and they can just pay for that video a la carte. And Jason will be incentivized for the content that he created to non-subscribed members. So non-subscribed members can actually pay to watch his content, and subscribed members can actually get his content included. So as we built this, imagine a day where there's 50, 100, 200 content creators inside of STF, constantly creating value, creating videos that you can watch. And what's going to be very, very unique about this next phase that we're building, if you didn't see in the Discord, I'll give you a sneak peek of it. When you go here to the main chat, I posted it last night. What's very unique about phase 2 is that performance matters inside of the community. So what's going to happen, I mean, this is just a wireframe. It's going to look a little bit different than this, more prettier, I should say. It's going to be prettier than this. But what you're going to be able to do with phase 2 is you're going to be able to not only trade inside of our platform, as we are integrating a Web3 perpetual trading protocol inside of our STF through Gains Network, potentially, or Apollo X, one of those two. We're still deciding which one we're going to go with. But let's say we do go ahead and move forward and we install one of these perpetual trading mechanisms. You're going to actually be able to trade inside of the STF platform. And as you trade and you win trades, there's going to be a small tax that basically is collected every time you win. And when you win, that tax is used to buy our token and either add liquidity to it or buy it and burn it and destroy it. Our token is going to have a finite supply. It is not an inflationary token. It's going to be deflationary in the nature that every time a trader inside of our community wins a trade, either the protocol will buy the token and burn it, or liquidity will be added. We have not decided. It may be a mix of both. We may actually just provide 50% liquidity and 50% to buy the token and burn it. So imagine there are 500, 1,000 traders inside of the community. We put out a trade signal that says, hey, long this asset, long BTC, and everybody longs BTC. BTC goes up $1,000 and 1,000 people make $1,000, right? How incredible would that be, right? You know, 1,000 people make $1,000. That's $1 million in profits. Boom, $1 million in profits in one single trade. Let's say there's a 5% tax in the platform. Off of that one trade, the platform gets $50,000 worth of liquidity instantly off of one trade. And let's say 25,000 of that goes to buy the token immediately and burn it and destroy it. So we basically just burn $25,000 to hold up the value of our token. as it is a deflationary token. So these type of protocols and mechanisms are going to add constant value to our community, constant value to our token, constant value on how our content creators are incentivized and how excited they are to create content, and most importantly, how excited they are for you to have success, right? Because the more success you have, obviously, the more income you'll earn, and the more income you'll earn, the more tokens are burned, and the more tokens are burned, the higher the value, the more your tokens are worth. So you not only are making money while trading, but you're making money while your token is appreciating. And there's a lot more to this ecosystem that I'm not going to go into tonight because you're just sort of watching an introduction. But understand this, what we're building is one of a kind, is extremely unique. It is an idea that's a culmination of all my years of experience in crypto. And we're going to build it in such a manner that it is just built to create incentives for our users. It is just built to create incentives for our users. So that way our users never want to leave, our members never want to leave our ecosystem. So I'm extremely excited for your journey with STF. I'm extremely excited to see where you take it from here, what you decide to do, and how far you decide to take it with us. So if you have any questions, please always post them on the Discord. Always ask, don't be shy. We're in there literally 24 hours a day. And I appreciate you so much for choosing STF over any other educational platform. And I thank you for watching this video. Hope you found it helpful. Good night.